processors, when it's down like this, you gotta pull it and yank it around. Blowdown is just the roughest type.
This is all blowdown.
Yeah, this was just flat as you see it too. And he's gotta pick it out, the big tree ain't there. Man, it's son of a bitch. All this stuff he's gotta pick out. Scott, let it. He's gonna get a shot of that as you pick that pine up there. I'm gonna get out close here.
So that's just the pine that's small one that's falling down. Is he gonna get that big one right
Yeah,
there?
he's gonna cut this big old cavita.
So you guys didn't cut any of this. This is all blowdown.
This is flat out blowdown, what the wind did.
It's a lot of. So now you're a journalist. Well, I don't know if you live here.
Where he goes is where I follow to pick up. Not always. Sometimes I have to swing around.
No, I was talking to the DNR guy, and he said, you know, because of the blowdown, like this piece here, you're not going to know whether, like, maybe the quality of that wood.
It
necessarily because
it puts stress on the lower end of the tree,
Yeah.
and the fibers kind of broke up because of the.
So you're really not going to know until you get it to the mill, right?
Well, yeah, we tried to pick it out ourselves here, and most times we'll get pretty accurate, but yeah, a lot of it is I have to throw it into pulp.
Okay, like this one, that one was, you can tell that was broken.
That was broken, yeah.
So
but we'll try to cut it out, get the best quality wood out of it.
Okay, I see him doing that. So he cuts off what appears to be the
bad end, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then when I skid it, I'll pick it closer, get the better quality out of it.
Looking at a lot of blowdown here, right? Hi.
Morning.
Scott?
Yeah.
Hi. Frank Zufall.
Nice to
meet you. Advocate. Taking some video here. Wow, what a mess.
Yeah, it is.
It's all blowdown.
Yeah.
So you're Scott Hershey, right?
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Yeah, and this is Al Hershey.
That's right.
So Al, you drive the, what do you call this thing?
Four-warder. Skater four-warder.
Four-warder?
Back-to-back is a common name, yeah.
And you're driving, what do you call this?
Processor or harvester, either one.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is not, I don't want to take too much of your time, I know you're working, but you know, you're working in this blowdown area. This is not typical for you guys.
No.
So what kind of issues are you dealing with? All loggers are dealing with, right?
Right now, blowdown is just cleaning it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it's a mess, but I don't know. For the most part, it's just trying to pick the puzzle piece apart.
Right. Well, I've seen loggers before, and since in a stand of like a plantation, you guys can really go fast.
Right.
So you're going a lot slower in here, right?
Yeah, it's probably half the speed of what we normally can go.
Half the speed.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. It varies. Depends.
You know, I can skid. My skid really doesn't phase too much in the skidding part of it. Forwarding. It's usually on the processor it slows up. But
the cutting part of it is where it's slowed up quite a bit. Normally we put out, between 40 average, probably 40, 45 cord a day, and we're lucky here to get probably 30 to 35.
Right, so
I mean, on a good day with a processor, good going, you can cut 60, 70 for it. But,
Right.
I mean, you're not going to come close to that in here.
How about safety issues for you guys?
Not so much in a machine.
Yeah.
If you're hand cutting,
Yeah.
you might want some training and be a professional.
Well,
about it.
I did an article with the DNR, and he encourages people to hire loggers because a lot of these trees are spring loaded, and when you cut one, you don't know how the others are going to fall.
Yep, and they still are.
Yeah.
You know, they've been laying here what, 2 months?
Well, July 1st.
You know, they're almost 2 months, month and a half, but there's still a lot of spring in them.
Right.
You know, I got to be careful even how I cut them. It'll snap the tree in half even with a machine.
Right. So, do you have any equipment concerns you have to be aware of, or?
More here, not so bad. I mean, if you look, you know, the stumps like that, they're crawling over stumps, and if you're not careful, you get sideways on them, get hung up or something.
Yeah.
But mostly in the sand, it's not so much your stumps you got to worry about. I guess with a machine, there's not a whole lot to really be scared of.
All right. Wow. So how much more blowdown is there?
Oh, there's thousands of acres. We probably won't even get it all cleaned up. Most of it will rot away.
Think so? So you guys are going to be busy all winter? Al, is that?
Well, until it freezes up anyhow.
Yeah, really?
I'll be here until winter hits.
Do you work through winter too, or?
I don't know. We probably have jobs.
Blowdown, we won't.
Why is that?
Stumps freeze in and snow covers up the downed trees. Won't be able to find it, so you can't pick it off the ground.
Okay, so it's a matter of just won't be able to see them.
Yeah. Plus you get this, you won't be able to pick, you know, the uprooted ones. They freeze in so solid you can't even pick them out.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Take that length of time it takes the quality out of the wood too. When we're having to wait till winter.
Get the sun. So Al, if you don't get these logs this winter, will they be good next spring, or will the pine be already decayed, or?
The blue stain and also in the red pine, the red bushel. What do you call that?
Red rod?
The red rod. Yeah. That's already in there. Yeah. But yeah, the quality of the wood, if you let it sit too long, you won't be able to get your best quality out of the wood.
By the end of next summer, the pine won't be worth anything.
By the end of next summer, so they still have some value.
Next spring, yeah.
Next spring.
You get to it right away.
So yeah, there's some urgency to get this out of here.
Yeah, there is. Yep.
So have you guys? When this happened, July 1st, did you guys get a lot of calls to come in right away, or were?
No, we actually came up and kind of stomped around and knocked on doors and stuff like that. So.
Do you think people are aware of the urgency? They need to get it out, or?
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah,
a lot of guys like their trees and they're still shell shocked.
Yeah, so you're still finding that?
Yeah. They're still hugging their down tree.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that's...
Well, you guys have been I know you've been in logging how many years?
Ever since I pushed stick for my dad when I was 9 or
So
6.
how many years is that?
Oh, you're telling my age here. I'm 48 years old, so that puts me about 39 years ago.
Okay, so have you seen any? Well, you've seen blowdowns before.
I've seen blowdowns.
Anything like this, or?
This is probably the most massive amount of wood that I've seen blowed down.
Really?
Yeah, in my time.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, 14 years old, I remember Flambeau Forest down by Phillips there. That was the first forest that I remember seeing flat by a windstorm. And that was a straight wind back then.
I know in '77 they had a big one in Bass Lake Township.
Yeah.
It was, our property got hit.
Is that right?
80 acres flat. Yeah. How about you? Have you ever seen anything like this? Or?
No, this is the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've cut a lot of blowdown in my life, but this is flat.
Yeah. So what's happening in the logging industry? There must be people like with pine plantations that didn't get hit by the windstorm. Are they just sort of sitting on the side waiting for everybody else to get their blowdown taken care of, or how does that work? I mean, do loggers say, hey, I got to help this guy first, or are they contractually obligated to take care of some people first, or how does that normally work, Scott?
Depends on the contract you have.
Yeah.
I know we pull a lot of our jobs just to come up here and get this done because it needs to get done.
Yeah.
You know, some guys don't like to do blowdown, so they stay in standing timber. But no, a lot of guys have pulled out, and you know, just to get this mess cleaned up. If you don't get it cleaned up by next spring, I mean, it's going to be a tinderbox up here.
Right. Well, yeah, there's a fire hazard.
Your fire danger is going to be wild, big time.
Have you guys been talking with the DNR at all? Are they?
We haven't. No.
Yeah, any contact with them? But you know it's going to be a fire hazard.
Oh
obviously.
yeah, it's definitely. I mean, if they don't get it cleaned up, even cleaning it up, there's a lot of debris left.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be a lot of fire danger. But if they don't get it cleaned up, it's going to be worse. It's just, especially with the pine. If you got pine, you're going to get it cleaned up. Next summer, if it's a dry summer, you know, this summer we had a lot of rain. If we have a dry summer like we had 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't want to be up here lighting a fire.
Oh yeah, this is this is that sandy soil area where the big fires have like happened in Chicago Township. So is there any, basically on private land, it's your obligation to clear it up, right? There's no, as far as you know, there's no incentives from the DNR, from the state or anything to get in there.
It's their choice and what they would want to pick out and cut. Like the property that we're on right now, he basically wants a clear cut, except the white pine and some oak. Otherwise, you know, I think he's trying to regenerate the next forest that he wants to come in.
You see a real fire hazard here too as well.
Yeah. It will be a big fire hazard here. He's got how many acres here, Scott?
So Scott, talking to the DNR official, he said pretty much the price of pulpwood and has gone down because there's just such a, the market's been flooded with the blowdown. So how does that affect the market? I mean, how does that affect you? How does it affect the industry you guys are in?
Well, it's plugged. I mean, it's a tight market right now. There's no doubt about that. I mean, everything's flooded. I think the mills are dropping their price now too. So yeah, it was tough before, but now with this happening, you know, everything, you know, trying to get it cleaned up. The mills said they'd stay open, and you know, now everybody's trying to pound it in, and which is good, but you know, it could affect us later in the winter. You know?
So you guys get less. So the landowners, you're getting the woodward are getting it less, obviously.
Quite a bit less. Yeah, we can't pay a premium price just because we don't know how badly the wood is stained. We don't know how badly it's, you know, there's stress fractures. Really, you know, I know an average price for the blowdown is probably $2.50 to $3 a cord.
Really?
Yeah.
For the landowner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of times, you know, if they're small lots, we really can't pay anything for it. You know, it's more of a service than anything else.
Right. So generally, they're just the benefit they're getting their land cleared.
Right.
So it doesn't rot.
Right.
Yeah. Getting a few dollars.
Yeah, they get a few dollars out of it. Yeah, we just because you can see what we're putting up with here, and you know it's time consuming. It's hard on the machine, and you know it doesn't pay us to pay a premium price.
What do you think is going to be the impact on the economy up here? You guys have been in logging for a while, and you see the relationship between lumber industry and the economy, and just having a lower value on that. There's less dollars in the economy, obviously. Do you see that too? Do you see the relationship? Or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the market's as tight as I've ever seen it. I mean, I'm not that old, but you know, I've been logging for 20 years, so yeah, it's tight.
How about you, Al? You the old timer?
I'm an old timer.
How was this gonna?
My pocketbook is always thin.
How about what's going to be impacting our economy up here? Because logging is such an important part of our economy in northwest Wisconsin, and lower prices. That's going to have a down the road effect too. I mean,
I'm not sure how to answer that. I don't know. I'm not.
I know how to answer it.
Yeah.
We got to change our government for one.
Oh, okay.
We won't get into politics.
Yeah, okay.
I'm hoping it'll hang in there.
Yeah. How long? Now the DNR guys said in the 6-county area, they're guessing around 100,000 acres are down, and he said anywhere from 750,000 to 1 million cord.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of wood.
They'll never get it all done.
They'll never get a lot of done.
You know, they won't get all that.
How much do you think will this end up rotting in the woods?
Oh boy. If it goes like we are, all the loggers are busy. Still, I don't know, probably a quarter of that.
Quarter of it, you think, may just end up just being rotten?
Yeah.
So not all that's going to end in the market.
Probably because a lot of people are just going to leave it. you know, don't want it cleaned up and leave nature take its course.
Yeah, let nature take its course. All right.
That or just won't be able to get to it in time, and you know, no value left in it.
Right. Well, guys, thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck. Al Hershey, we got a lot of oak here. This is going to be primarily for firewood, right?
Yeah, we're shipping that out as firewood, and there's other mills that will take it, but a lot of it goes for firewood. And this maple mixed with birch, that will go down to Ladysmith or up to what's that? Cloquet, anyhow.
What will that be used for? Pulp?
That's pulp, yeah.
And this is lumber here?
This is, we're sorting out from the oak logs for lumber. Yeah.
Lumber here. Okay, let's go back here just real quick. So you got popple here. This is pulp and popple
bolts that I'm sorting
bolts out. For probably for veneer.
Some of it veneer, some of it just lumber.
Lumber, okay. And whoa.
You got spruce here that I'm sorting out from the swamps.
Spruce. So most of that will probably go for pulp, or?
Yeah, that's pulp. There's not much value into that.
And then we got over here, we got red pine and white pine 12-foot lengths.
Yeah, random length there.
Okay.
Red pine logs.
Red pine log.
8-foot length.
8-foot lengths.
And then a white pine pile.
White pine pile.
8-foot length.
Oh. And then over here.
This is jack pine pulp.
Jack pine?
Yeah, jack pine pulp.
All of this is jack pine?
Yeah, that's all jack pine.
Oh, this is where we sell the damage, right?
Yeah, this is the red. These are the red rots in here.
Okay, that's a red rot, so that makes it. You can't use that for.
There's no value but pulp in here.
And up there is that blue stain.
Yeah, the blue stain. And they don't want either of that. They
just good for pulp. Okay, that's blue stain, and this is red rot.
Red rot in here. You can see it.
Yeah, so that makes it.
And it's.
Wow.
Takes the quality down. And then these bolts, I sort out the jack pine bolts. That will go for lumber. They'll cut this up for lumber.
Jack pine, yeah.
It's a poorly grade. It's not very good in what we're cutting here, but we try to get what we can out of it.
What do they use for jack pine lumber? What do they use that?
2x. A lot of it, most of it goes into 2x.
2x.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, okay, looking at what you got here, is this just a recent cuttings here?
Yeah, this pile has been started midweek of last week.
Midweek of last week.
Yeah.
So this is not.
And the trucks have been hauling out of it, so this is not all of it.
This is not all of it.
They've been busy hauling through there quite a bit last week. So
okay.
Otherwise, we'd have a pile pretty long down here.
Right. And you said there is some urgency to get this wood out before it rots.
Yes, we do have to get it out. We have to get it hauled because the stain will start in on it.
Yeah, you got to get it out of here.
You got to get it moved.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, thanks a lot.